Hello everyone, good afternoon. This time, we will continue discussing our lessons under the four general world of philosophy. Last time, we discussed the different objectives. Number one, to discuss the four general world of philosophy. This was already discussed to you last time during the discussions on the idealism philosophy. Then we will go further to realism philosophy and identify its nature, definition, and its contribution to education. The philosophical thought and education. Realism and education. The preceding slides or the next slides will discuss the philosophical thought of philosophy and how it contributes to the system of education that we are living today. This realism philosophy is one of the philosophies developed in the Western countries or the Western philosophy. Next slides. Definition and meaning of definition and meaning of realism philosophy. Okay. According to realism, the external world of objects is not imaginary. It really exists. Our experiences or our experience is not independent but determines reaction to the external world or external objects. When we talk of the external objects, it talks on our body, matter. Realism is a theory rather that claims to explain the reality of international objects or international policies. And for realists, the highest goal is the survival of the state, which explain why states' actions are judged according to ethics of responsibility rather than the moral principles. And I prepared a short video clips and it's being integrates here in the PowerPoint presentation. And may I request everyone to please get your ball pen again, your fact sheet or handouts or modules, and have to take note and try to highlight it or determine the different words that is not familiar to you as we talk on the realism philosophy. And next. Realism in philosophy refers to the view that the reality of any material objects exists in the external world independently of the human mind. Okay, the human mind, the brain. Put differently, realism holds that what one perceives is real and is out there existing in concrete reality. For example, the maple tree that I see with my naked eye is existing in concrete reality and is not just an abstract concept produced by the mind as the idealist would have us believe. Hence, the fact that the maple tree exists in the external world and has properties of its own such as hardness and thickness, that maple tree is independent of anyone's perception. Contrary to nominalism, which hold that universal do not exist independently from particulars. Realism holds that both universals and particulars exist independently from each other. In metaphysics, the term particulars refers to concrete spatio-temporal entities or objects such as a tree or a book. Oftentimes, the term individuals is used interchangeably with particulars. One of the most distinctive characteristics of particulars is that they cannot be in more than one place at the same time. For example, if a specific maple tree is existing in a specific time and place, it cannot be in another time and place at the same time. The term universal refers to the properties or characteristics possessed by a particular concrete spatio-temporal objects such as color or hardness. For example, the whiteness of a book can also be instantiated in the whiteness of a dress or a paper. Scholars in philosophy believe that it was Aristotle who first popularized realism when he opposed Plato's idealism and argued that real exists in the sensible world which can be known through experience. As we can see, it was Aristotle who provided the fundamental structure of the development of realism and its penetration in other disciplines such as in arts and politics. Just take a look at this realism contrary to the idealistic view. For the realistic approach in realism, reality exists independently in the human mind. Most of the physical object is ultimately reality. Therefore, realism is trying to say that reality is what the ultimate physical object. Everything that you can see, touch, feel is real and is needed to be studied in realism. So, the focus is the body or the matter, nakikita nyo, rather than the mind as idealism do. That is real is what we're teaching instead of the ideas. That is according to Aristotle in the picture. Looking at the shift of just looking at the mind, we tend to begin teaching that comes about the reality as what the other disciplines did, like different social sciences, taking the shift. Example, in sports, in biology, chemistry, physiology, and other branches of sciences, develop this one. And realists, as you can see in the video, realists develop the whole child, the whole human body, both physically, emotionally, spiritually, and mentally as what the idealists do. The shift of the teaching under realism belief that experiences, what we can see, what we can feel, what we can touch is part of the realism view. And that ends the presentation under the short video clips under realism.